Howdy folks, it's Turbulent here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're not going to do a bush trip. We're going to do an IFR flight, but it's going to be a very quick IFR flight. And we're going to go around Singapore just because that's where Formula 1 was recently. And I just decided why not. So I'm just going to decide which airports we want to use. We're going to land here for sure. I'm just going to decide where we want to take off from, and I want to land here because I'm hoping there's a lot of traffic and I'm hoping it's really busy. Before I started recording for fun, I did a fun little IFR flight around Miami, and it was so busy at Miami International. It was really fun. But Singapore, just refresh your memory, this is where that like big boat ship hotel thing is, if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And then Formula 1 raced literally like right around here. They race this little thing here. That's where they race, right in the street. So anyway, that's why we're here, because we can. Alrighty, so let's see here. Flight conditions, we'll keep players off. Live traffic, of course, with nameplates, and then nameplates are set up somewhere else. Live weather if we can, and then we'll do the TBM. I already chose some of this before I started recording just to save time, because this is my favorite medium and short distance IFR flyer. I love it so much. But we get to see what changed too since the past couple sim updates. Let's just use this airport right here. So what's the weather like? Let's choose a parking spot and see if it gives us wind. Okay, maybe here. There we go. 259 degrees. So that would be like 26. And then this would be 19. So 19 to 26 is 7. 36, or this would be 37 to 26 is more than 7. So we'll go with runway 19, which is up here. So what is parking closest to it? Well, let's just choose parking spot number 2. And then we'll choose runway 19 to depart. Very simple. And then we're going to land over here. And we'll just choose this right in the middle. We'll choose arrival. Bam, 14-minute flight. It'll be a bit longer than that because we will do an approach. We'll do low altitude IFR. And is it taking off on 19? It should, and it does. Cool. We'll do direct departure. We're going to do direct arrival too, because you can go through your arrivals. I talked about this in one of my other videos where I talk about how to do this. 20C wants us to use. So you could do like this. Whoops, not that. I meant 20C. Like this, but then it throws you all around Timbuktu, and all of a sudden it turns to an hour, right? So you can go through this if you want to. I usually don't, because it gets all crazy. I usually do direct, unless you're trying to emulate like a real life flight. Like if we had like flying across the world or something, then yeah, then those approaches make sense, or arrivals, but not when it's this short. It's kind of silly to do IFR this short. I just want to do it. Cloudy too. We'll see what we can see. And then approach. Here we go. I want to do ILS if we can. Yes, ILS. There we go. It's gonna make us go way out here. That's okay. That's okay. Not a big deal. So we're going to take off, make a sharp left, go north of Singapore, I guess. We're not really going to see much. That's okay. And then it's IFR anyway. And then we'll make a beeline down this thing. This will be our ILS. And because we're setting this up here, we don't need to worry about changing GPS over localizer. And we don't even need to worry about putting in the ILS frequency, because selecting this right here is setting that frequency up for us. Now, of course, we can just start a flight anywhere we want. Click on the VFR map, click on the airport. It'll give us ILS. We can put it in ourselves, just like we did in X-Plane with the 727 3,000 times. But this sim will do it for you in the flight planning. So it's going to do all your frequencies like ILS 20C. And navlog, 2,100 feet, whatever. It'll tell us what it wants us to do. So we're going to be in the clouds. It's going to be kind of windy, but not terribly bad. We'll shoot the ILS. We're going to use autopilot and see how close autopilot on the approach will get us to the ground. So pay attention to that when I hit the approach button. It's very important timing on that. But otherwise, there we go. And we're starting in the parking spot, so we will be cold and dark. And it's 11:52 a.m. local time. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, very, very simple. Let's hit fly. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is hop outside and look around, just see where we're at, and enjoy it a little bit. The satellite imagery is interesting because it doesn't line up with the roads in the sim, but that's okay. There just isn't any traffic. Ooh, interesting airstrip. Plenty big for what we're gonna do though. But otherwise we're gonna head over that direction towards Singapore. And Singapore Airport, I should say. And it's gonna be fun. Alrighty, cool. Some mountains. Building something in the middle there. Very cool. Alrighty. Let's see. We need to make sure my rudders work. Yes, they do. That's good. Alrighty, here we go. Make sure the parking brake is set. Now it's set, I think. And fuel and passengers. That's what we're going to do here. Is it the weight one? It's been a long time. I've been doing so many bush trips. Let's put me in here. Let's see. What am I? I'm 216 now, I think. Too many Pepsi. Too many Pepsis, which I actually haven't had in a while. We'll bring my best friend. Why not? And we'll just bring her older child. And I guess we can bring my older child too. Because why not? And then our spouses will stay at home. Alrighty, baggage. I guess we're going to have an overnight somewhere. Why not? And there we go. Plenty of fuel for where we're going. We're not going very far away at all. Let's close that up. And that stayed, right? Yes. Okay, good. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's hop up here. Let's see if I can remember to do this. I'm sure it's been way over a year since I've flown this thing. Oxygen works. Interesting. Huh. Okay. We need crash lever up. There we go. Source, battery. Oh man, it's been such a long time. Generator main. Panel lights on. Do we see panel lights? Panel lights. Here we go. There we go. That looks nice. Okay. Cabin lights and access lights on. Cabin and access on. Start MFD. That must be down here. Of course it is. De-ice lights test. Test light. Where? But.
TOS system test. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Our de-ice lights test appear? I don't quite understand what this means. This is de-ice test lights. Oh, here we go. Light test. No, that's not this test. No. Ice light. What? I don't know. Who cares? Landing gear. Test light. I just did that. Maybe if you take away that, there's a thing in here. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Alrighty. Let's see here. Check fuel quantity on the MFD. That's a multifunction display. What is our fuel at? Right here in the middle. Good enough for what we're going to do. Strobe lights on. Where are you, strobe? There you are. Fuel conditioner full. Okay. What is going on out here? What is going on out here? Holy moly, rock and rolly. Alright, ignition auto. Is that up here? Is that down there? Ignition auto already is. Aux boost pump on. Excuse me. That's AP. Aux boost pump on. Starter on. It turns off automatically. Okay. This is where we make sure. No. Oh, there it goes. This is where we find out if our parking brake is on or not.
Okay.
There we go. Starting up. Looking good. Alright. Engine oil stabilize. Yeah, oil's good. Engine is firing up. Feather throttle twice. Feather throttle twice. 1, 2. Okay. Not sure what that does, but that's what my thing says. Auxiliary boost pump to auto. Auxiliary boost pump to auto. There we go. And fuel select confirm auto. Fuel select confirm. I can't see that far away. Now it's on auto. It wasn't. Now it is. Okay, cool. Fuel select or shift test. Fuel select. Shift test. Check tank selector between the seats. Okay, it's on the left. Oh, then we do this thing to make sure it's on the right and stays running. That type of thing. I guess. AP trims on. Man, it's been a long time since I've done this. Alright, confirm generator main. It is. Bleed to auto under PFD. We'll use your primary flight display. Bleed to auto. There it is. Bleed auto. There we go. AC fan and temp. Left. Oh, here we go. We can turn up our fan and our temperature here. Cool, 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 cool. Alrighty. Oxygen on. I guess we are going to use that. Not deploy. Let's see. De-ice pitot heat is needed. We are going to be in the clouds. I always like to do. Whoops. I like to do all this stuff anyway. Just because. There we go. Pitot. There we go. Alrighty. Get the primary flight display set up. So what I like to do, isn't there like there it is right here. Can we turn this nasty thing off? No. I like to turn that map off, but we can't. Other settings, we can turn that off. Let's do auto there, and let's do wind 3. We all know how much I like to do wind 3. There we go. 7 knots, not too bad. Reasonable. Okie dokie. We will set up autopilot in a little bit. When do we set up autopilot? I don't have set up autopilot on my... What? Weird. I do have this off right now on my list. Yeah, I don't have autopilot. I have IFR clearance, but I don't have autopilot. That's strange. Flight plan and radios. We already talked about the flight plan. We don't need to worry about radios. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If we go in here, right, see our radios are not set. If we go to this, let's say we were flying this and they were like, oh, use ILS, blah, blah, blah. We could click on the airport. Which one are we going to? Whiskey Sierra Sierra Sierra. This one. You can go down here. ILS 20C, we can put in 109.7 if we wanted to. But we don't need to because we did the flight plan on the flight plan screen. This will change for us. And then set up localizer stuff, I promise. Let's see. At least it better because it did when I was playing around earlier before I started recording. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We'll get that ready in a second. Timers if we want to do that, yeah. Alrighty, flight plan radio. Let's set up autopilot right now. We don't know what it's going to give us for initial altitude, so we'll just put something in here until we are told. Flight director will use nav, which is going to be GPS. And it better work. And we'll do vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute. There we go. Boom. Just for now. We'll make those adjustments as needed. Is there ATIS? Is there ATIS? I don't see ATIS. Just approach. Why would it be approach? We want, yeah, it's just clearance. So no ATIS. So for the weather, it's going to be on the barometer, or B for barometer. It'll fix itself. It'll probably tell us during clearance, though, anyway. Alright, start requesting IFR clearance just to get this going, because it takes a little bit of time here.
Approach Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 IFR to Singapore, ready to copy.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is cleared to Singapore Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.55, squawk 7751. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
Alrighty, so we'll set our autopilot to 2,000 for now.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 cleared to Singapore Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Departure is 119.55 squawk 7751. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 read back correct. Good day.
Alrighty, cool. And then there's no tower here, so we'll take another minute. We'll do speed bugs. Turn them all on. Let's go to here. Let's zoom this thing out a little bit. We don't need to be that close zoomed in. And I think we're good. We're on GPS over there. We got set up. Yep. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's get ready to taxi here. Nurses separator on. That's in case we see ice chunks on our way up. Taxi lights. Where are you? Taxi lights on. Pulse light on. I think that's turning it on. Props forward. First set of flaps down. And begin taxi. So we have to radio our taxi here. And we're going to use runway. What were we using? We're departing to the southeast. Let's just say depart south. Now we're going to actually do a taxi for takeoff. Let's do that. And what were we using? We're using 19, right? I think we're using 19. So we'll do that. And then we will say depart to the south. Split the
Whiskey Mike
difference.
Sierra Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 taking off runway 19er south departure.
Alrighty. Oh, we weren't supposed to say takeoff. We're supposed to say
Whiskey
taxi.
Mike Sierra Kilo Traffic
Whatever.
Turtle Soup
Okay.
Tango 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 41 is taxiing to runway 19er.
Parking brake is off, and we'll just back out of here a little bit. The way they used to actually do it in the old days. I'm not kidding. Careful on those brakes, though. Oh, so you don't do that. Yikes. Okay, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Anywho, let's use my favorite taxi view and taxi over. This is a touchy aircraft. But yeah, they actually used to use reversers, jets, and turboprops. They don't anymore, though. Some people say they'll still use turboprops in reverse, but I can't verify that. They don't use reversers on jets anymore because it ruins the engine after doing it enough. Anywho, we're going to taxi down here, back taxi a little bit, turn around and take off, and then we'll be on our merry, merry way. Let's go up here and actually turn landing lights on and the nav light on because we're on the runway. Whoa, this thing's getting away from me here. Alrighty, let's see here. Landing lights on, nav lights on, confirm flaps, and we'll use the dimmer switch. And that dimmer switch is so if people have lights on in the cabin, it dims the lights for now because if there's a crash, this is mainly for more at night, but if there's a crash, your eyes have to be adjusted. So they dim the lights on climb out, and then eventually they'll turn the lights back on, but they have an override switch. Alrighty, now we can announce takeoff to the south.
Whiskey Mike Sierra Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 taking off runway 19er south departure.
And this is not going very... What the heck? Whatever, we'll turn and burn, I guess. That was cumbersome. Clumsy, I guess. Oh my gosh, I need full right rudder just to... What? I guess we do have a perfect crosswind, look at from the right. So it's making it very difficult. Holy cow. Oh, okay. Fighting the crosswind, letting go gently. Brakes to stop the wheel skewer, coming up. Holy cow, this wind is insane. Flaps coming up. Let's look out the windows. We pass by these towers. Hopefully they didn't laugh at us too much for our terrible, terrible... Jeez. That was insane. Oh boy, this wind is ridiculous. It's only like, it's 24 knots. I thought it said 7. Well, that would make sense. That's why it was so difficult, because we had a 20 knot crosswind. Holy moly, that was the most challenging takeoff I've had in a million years. Alright, let's see here. Tune in approach, I guess. Contact approach.
Singapore approach Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is passing 1,700 feet, climbing 2,000 feet.
Alright, we still have autopilot
Tango,
yet.
Tango, Tango. For 1 Singapore approach altimeter 29er.79er. Continue as planned.
Alright, cool.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 climb and maintain 4,500 feet.
4,500, they said? Okie
Climb and
dokie.
maintain 4,500 feet. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
I'll engage autopilot in a minute. I'm just having too much fun hand flying. See our runway that we took off from? Under the wing, there's no way we would find that to land on it. Look at that. And then there's Singapore in the distance. Can't quite make it out, but it's there. 45. Whoop, keep your turn, turtle. We're not quite done yet. Alrighty, engaging autopilot. Please. Why won't it engage? What? Autopilot broke. Nav. Vertical speed. better pay attention to what I'm doing over there. And autopilot? Autopilot won't work. That's weird because it was working for me during my test. Well, I guess we're just going to hand fly this in. I don't want to hand fly because I wanted to show you how it all works. I remember this bug. And I can't remember how to get out of the bug.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango
Whoops.
41. You are 300 feet above your assigned altitude.
I know, sorry.
Descend and maintain 4,500 feet altimeter 29er decimal
It's because
79er.
I'm messing with my autopilot.
Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Oh well, I guess we're just gonna hand fly IFR, so we're just gonna follow that purple line. Stop climbing, please. We're supposed to be at 4,500, bring back throttles a little bit so we stop climbing or trim down, either way. Oh, it's raining. Cool. I haven't seen that before. Okay, well, a little bit of drama here because I had plans for us in this video with autopilot, specifically with autopilot, but whatever. Who cares? It never hurt anybody to hand fly. Alrighty, checklist, if I can do a checklist while we fly this thing with this crazy wind. Cruise dimmer switch can come off now. There we go. What else? Keep an eye on our gauges here. What else? De-ice is needed, and there's a separator off. I'm going to keep it on. Well, I don't know if the OAT is, or OAT, outside air temperature. I don't know what it is here. Oh, there it is. OAT 18 Celsius. Okay, we don't, it's above freezing. You can turn that off. It'll give us more power if we have it off. Oh, we're getting away from our purple line here because I'm trying to read my checklist. Line lights off. We're going to keep line lights on. And then monitor things. That's actually what my checklist says. Monitor things. And for the approach, we'll do the weather and the barometer. They'll give us that when they give us our transition. Landing lights on. They're already on. Dimmer switch on. Inertial separator on. Gear and flaps. So we just need to worry about the dimmer switch, inertial separator, gear and flaps, and then that takes care of our approach as well. Alrighty, well, I guess I wanted to give you some sightseeing shots, but I cannot let go of this yoke.
Tango Tango 41. You are 17 miles northwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 20 center approach via Egara transition. Clear to Egara.
Alrighty, and if you want to look at where that is, it's right here.
Expect ILS
See?
runway 20 center approach via Egara transition. Cleared to Egara. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
And our gauges are in the red. Let's keep them out of the red. Whatever. Okay, well, I guess we can use this view, but look how windy this is, man. If I let go of this for a second, then we're going to end up in a bad position, so I cannot let go of this yoke at all. We have to keep hanging on and hanging on and hanging on. See, look, we climbed. We're supposed to be at 4,500, and just that quick look out the window, we went up 600 feet. Can't believe they're not yelling at us, actually. I know we're not perfectly on the purple line because I'm kind of antsy to get to Agora, but anywho, let's get back down to 4,500 feet. And I am just fighting this wind. What do we got? 17 knot tailwind? 17 knots isn't too bad.
Tango 41. You are 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 4,500 feet altimeter 29er decimal 8
I know I'm trying. It's just so windy.
Descend and maintain
And my
4,500
autopilot
feet.
broke.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
My autopilot broke. Okay, there we go. Making everybody sick. That's what's happening. Here we go, right into the cloud. We shouldn't have to worry about icing. Should be warm enough. Oh, that looks awesome, doesn't it? See, I wanted to like give you some really cool sightseeing views and all this stuff, but we can't because we have to hand fly it. But that's okay. I could have always restarted the sim and then restarted the video, but what's the fun in that? We can have a little bit of drama going into the storm cloud here. Oh, we're climbing again. I I just can't get this thing trimmed out with this crazy wind and weather. But that looks pretty stinking cool, you have to admit. Looking down there at the ground. Very cool. Alrighty. Man, we're just bouncing all over the place. This turbulence is nuts. Look at that. That is so freaking awesome. Well, let's not turn yet. I guess I can turn the flight director off since it doesn't do me any good right now. Just beautiful. Look at that. Oh, Singapore Airlines probably. Alright, let's slowly make our turn to Igora here. And keep it. Oh, see, now we're up to 5,200. That cloud made us go straight up. Man, this is tough. Tough to hand fly in these conditions. But it's super cool. Oh, you could actually see the airplane. See it? That's crazy. Oh, that's cool. So what's supposed to happen now is this should
Tango,
what?
Tango, 4-1. You are 600 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 4,500 feet altimeter, 29.80.
I know.
Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
So what should happen now is this should change to the localizer automatically. And remember those frequencies that were not put in there? They should automatically put in those frequencies for us, and this should change the localizer for us. And then if we were using autopilot, then once we get established on the glide slope, we would hit approach. And it would bring us all the way in. And I know from my test flight that this plane in the sim will land itself. I don't think it does in real life. Maybe it does in real life, but I don't think so. But it landed itself when I did my test flight before I started recording. It landed at 500 feet per minute, which would be very, very uncomfortable, but it did work. Alright, let's see if it'll change over. It might not if I cut the corner too much. It might not see me as completing the leg there. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, cool. So, okay, so ILS might kick in there, perhaps. We'll see. I mean, if it doesn't, we can active pause and get that frequency from the VFR map if we have to. But it should change us over for us. That's the plan anyway. Careful, turtle. Keep an eye on your gauges there. Jeez Louise. Keep an eye on your gauges. Oh, straighten up now.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1 descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
2,500 feet. Bringing back throttles to do that.
Descend and
Acknowledge
maintain
instructions.
2,500 feet. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
I love this weather though. I just wish we could look outside a little bit more, but not when we're hand flying in these conditions. All we can do is this. This is all we get. We gotta come back in. Whoa. Okay, we're getting blown away off here. See, you look outside for a second and it gets you all screwed up. Let's get back lined up here. Now I'm expecting it to give us ILS, because like I said, in my tests, it changed ILS 2 times for me. And that was when I was testing in Miami. And autopilot was working, so I just hit the approach and it landed us. It was a rough landing, but it landed us. We'll just have to see here. What does it say, 2,500? Whoops, I just blow through it.
Approach scooter 427
Dang
is
it.
passing 10,000 feet, descending 3,000 feet. Scooter 427 Singapore approach altimeter 29.80. Continue to nylon as planned.
Anywho, I'm not being a very good student, am I? Can we make out the plane? I don't see the plane. I see the... There it is, right there. It's in the dark cloud. Anyway, I chose this airport so that it'd be busy, because that's fun when it's busy.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1. You are 10 miles northeast of Singapore. Contact Singapore Tower on 1 tree for decimal tree 5 when inbound on the approach.
Okay, you see it changed over for us to the ILS, see? It changed over for us. So now...
Tower on 1 tree 4, decimal tree 5. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
See how we're established on the glide slope? I would now hit approach on the autopilot if autopilot were working. So now we're just going to fly a normal ILS by hand.
Singapore Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 419 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 20 center approach.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 for 1 Singapore Tower. Altimeter 29.80 wind 230 at 7. Cleared ILS runway 20 center approach.
Alright, gear coming down.
Cleared ILS runway 20 center approach Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41. Follow the generic on final. Wind 230 at 7. Cleared to land runway 20 center.
Cleared to land runway 20 center Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Alright, so what I wanted to tell you, now what we want to do now is keep that green dot in the middle, of course, and keep the green line in the middle over here, which I was trying to do, but I was too caught up in the ATC to pay attention. So we're just gonna keep an eye on those things. Now I want to do 500 feet down per minute because the ball's in the middle. Bring back throttles. We want to get in flap range. The wind is so ridiculous. Like, geez, look at this. 17 knot crosswind from the right. So what we're going to want to do is right wing down, left rudder, plant the right main, then left main, then nose wheel. Stop as quickly as possible. Get the flaps in right away. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes.
Jetstar Asia 556
This is just ridiculously windy. I know I'm not keeping my green diamond perfect in the middle, but given the condition we're in right now, it's not too bad. This is nuts. Again, it doesn't look totally terrible on video, but if you were to see how much I'm fighting this right now, you'd be able to fully appreciate how crazy this is. So we're on glide slope. I mean, we have been for quite a while, considering how much we get blown around. I'd say it's not too bad.
Jetstar Asia 556
But
exit runway
jeez,
when
the
able.
gusts and things and this wind is nuts. Look at it. Look at the wind on the PDF, the primary flight display, the PFD. Look at that wind blowing to the right, straight, to the right, straight, to the right, straight. Full flaps now, by the way. We're going to get this down as quickly as possible.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41. Go around.
No. Nope. I'm not going around. I'm going to get yelled at by ATC, but that is fine. We are going to land. And we're going to pull off. Oh boy, don't stall.
Jetstar Asia 556.
The
turn
wind
next
light
taxiway.
changed. Oh, what? Why did this sim stall? What was that all about? Let's get this thing down. Let's get this thing down. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is crazy. Right wing, left rudder. No, come on. Oh,
Turtle Soup
oh.
Tango 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 41. Acknowledge last transmission.
Nope. We're going to do reversers. We're going to be on the brakes. Flaps are coming in. There we go. Let's get out of here. Go around.
Going around Turtle Soup
I already
Tango
landed.
Tango Tango 41.
Oh my gosh. We
Jetstar
bounced.
Asia
But
556
whatever,
exit runway
considering
when able.
how challenging
Turtle
this
Soup
is.
Tango 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 41. Contact Singapore approach on 119.55.
But I already landed.
Jetstar Asia 556. Contact
That's okay.
ground on
Oh my gosh, the wind.
121.85.
The wind is blowing us all over the place. We'll take this high-speed exit backwards just to get off the runway.
119er
And we'll see
decimal
what
55
happens here.
for Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
I think we're going to make ATC mad at us. Nope. Look at that.
121
Nice.
decimal.
Ground. Taxi to parking.
Ground Turtle Soup Tango 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 41. Request taxi to parking.
Okay, that was crazy is what that
Turtle
was.
Soup Tango 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 for 1 taxi to General Aviation Parking via taxiway Echo for Romeo 2 Echo Papa Charlie 1 Charlie 7 Sierra Charlie 1 Whiskey 9er cross runway 02 left Sierra Alpha.
Wow. Okay.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking using taxiway Echo 4 Romeo 2 Echo Papa Charlie 1 Charlie 7 Sierra Charlie 1 Whiskey 9er cross runway 02 left Sierra Alpha Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
I think that's a long way of saying go this way. Of course, we could turn on the taxi ribbon. Oh gosh. You see the wind almost blow us over? Oh, did you see that? There was one, was it Denver, where we landed in a small plane, and the wind was so strong it blew us over, and we rolled down the runway. Do you remember that? That would have been a couple years ago. Those of you who've been with me a long time might remember that, when we got blown down and we like rolled down the runway. Yeah, we could turn the taxi ribbon on. I'm not going to worry about it. Uh-oh, we have an airplane coming at us. We better make a move here pretty quickly before we get into a head-on collision. And let's just go around them. They're hauling too. They're going pretty fast for a taxiway. Hey buddy, want to play chicken with me? I'll win. Oh, they stopped. How polite of you. Thank you. I'm just going to sneak on by. I'm going to go right underneath you, I think. I think we can fit underneath you. Well, thank you for stopping. Oh my gosh, this wind is blowing us everywhere. Man. Here we go. Oh, okay. It ghosted out. I think we can turn around and he's going to be back. Yep. That's really funny. Oh, we have landing lights on still. That's okay. Let's go to taxi lights then. There we go. And turn the dimmer off. And I have no idea where we're going. We're just taxiing now just because we can. I could active pause, take the drone out, see where we want to go. There we go. Hop up here. Where do we want to go? I don't see any general aviation here. I think we had to go the other side, like over there in the boonies. And there's a building right in the middle of the airport. I don't know where we're going. We're just going around because we can. Anywho, we'll wrap this up in a second, but I just want to do a quick fun little IFR flight. It's a huge bummer autopilot didn't work because I was going to show you getting onto the approach with the ILS, but hey, we got to shoot an ILS manually. We haven't done that in years, like literally years, because I haven't done that since the 727 and X-Plane 11, and I have not done that manually. I don't know if I've done any ILS in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's a new one. I think that might have been our first ILS. But anyway, it's not hard. Well, it was hard in those windy conditions, but the concept isn't hard. So anyway, so fun little surprises and everything. We'll park this at a gate, wrap this up, and then yeah, I don't know. Just wrap this up, I guess, right? One thing at a time. Then we'll worry about what comes next later. Here we go. Let's stop here if we can and set the parking brake. And let's do our shutdown checklist, even though we're at a gate. Stop the timer. We never started it. I wasn't too worried about it. Taxi lights. No, wait. Parking brake, strobe light off. Where are you? Up here. Strobe light off. There we go. Fuel select manual. Where's that up here? Manual. There we go. AP trims off. Oh, that's why I didn't turn it on. Wait a second. Let me look here. AP trim on. I went from off to... Oh, that's why it didn't work. Okay, well now we know for next time. I feel really dumb now because I remember that being a problem many times before. Because there's a double click thing here. Doesn't go all the way up. Bleed off. Bleed? Bleed. Bleed? Bleed. Where's bleed? Here. Right where we left it. Bleed off. Conditioners off on the yoke. There we go. Inertia separator off. We never turn it back on. All icing switches off. And auto pump off. There we go. And crash lever down. Boom. There we go. It's saving it right there, but we're not going to logbook because we're not parked in where they want us to park. Plus, I think the logbook doesn't pop up anymore anyway. So there we go. Let's hop outside. Whoa, okay. So we had a few errors. I did not turn autopilot on, which is why it didn't work. Bummer. and we bounced the landing. However, given the conditions, I'm gonna still pat myself on the back for that landing. That was ridiculous. Look how tiny this thing is. But anyway, not a bush trip, so so that's kind of nice. What is this, a tornado? Wasn't a bush trip, which is nice. Not very super duper smooth of a flight, but hey, that's how we roll here on the Tall Turtle channel sometimes. There's Singapore over there. But I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you want to request a flight. IFR, VFR, leave in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.